Welcome back to Street Fighter League Season 3. We have the preseason and we have our matches established. We're going to have Xian going up against Hollywood. RobTV, you got to do it every time. It is a trademark at this point. Look, man,
it's only right. I feel like I kind of bestowed that name upon him. You got to make it what it is. You know, you got to make sure that everybody out there knows you're dealing with some top tier Hollywood talent with RobTV. I just feel like that's the only route to go, but not to be taking anything away from Xian. Xian is one of the most powerful players in the United States, travels abroad as well, just to be sure that his ranking in the world standing is correct. We've seen him here for Street Fighter League multiple seasons.
Every single season thus far.
One of the players that Justin Wong sponsored himself in early years of Street Fighter.
Right. Well, I mean, like when you talk about Xian, you also talk about RobTV by default because they were part of the same team. Team Gale, season 1 and 2, they were always in the top 2 seed and really showing up what they're all about as competitors as well as a team. Now, as an individual, Xian has gone through a good amount of characters since Street Fighter V. I mean, he started off with Karen for a good amount, established himself with Ibuki as one of the strongest Ibukis, not only in the country, but almost the world now, because he's just so well-versed internationally and has just been a household name at this point.
Xian is definitely one of those players that when it comes to coastal representation as well as international representation, you can't really not know who Xian is. And it's more about, I know how you say like you got to sit down with him. The thing is, like, my man is so like concise, he's so compact with his gameplay, right? He's a very intelligent player and he knows he does not have to put himself in these bad situations, overextend to get the W, make things happen. We've seen him operate here on Street Fighter League, and I would love to hear what Xian has to say about his upcoming undercard battle with RobTV. Here it is.
So today I play against RobTV. You know, with my time with Rob, season 1 and season 2 of Street Fighter League, I could see the progression of Rob, and it's good. It's really good to see him get better. Not because, you know, I consider him a good friend of mine, but also because, you know, it's very inspiring to see hard work paying off. And Rob, you know, I see it. He works very hard. And it's very, you know, it's inspiring to see that he actually does really well now. So my strategy to beat Rob is that he's an emotional player. So I like to personally, I like to just do things that just annoy him. So I think that, you know, I'm just gonna play it slow and just really pick him apart and try to get him really frustrated so that he's a lot easier to deal with. Emotional players kind of work both ways, where it's like where they're comfortable, they play really well, but when they're annoyed, they're really easy to deal with. So I think that's gonna be my strategy, just to really annoy him and take him apart, so he's just a lot easier to deal with.
But another part of that Gale team is none other than Hollywood RobTV for the next opponent here in this undercard battle. RobTV is somebody I felt like I would say I've only heard about him on Street Fighter League, but he's been a content creator. He's been out here playing games for quite some time. And I mean, coming up and stepping up to the level of Street Fighter V, that's new here because, I mean, Street Fighter V was one of those games where everybody was looking at these newer players. RobTV was one of those players that stepped out in front of the pack and formed his name from just out there grinding and going to the lab.
And it's exciting to see his growth because he's the prime example of if he can do it, y'all can do it too, because he's putting in that work. He's making sure he blows out his back at the same time. This guy is doing all that he can to become one of the best Street Fighter V players, and I think he's on the right path to doing so.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I can appreciate good smack talk, and when I tell you Rob is just makes me so proud to hear him go off in a competitive nature talking about Street Fighter V. But I mean, just back to the accolades of RobTV. I've worked with him on multiple stages. I worked with him at the TBS Challenger House as well to try to establish dominance with a lot of other Street Fighter League players as well. Commander Jesse, Sherry Jennings, to name a few. And that lets you know just how far RobTV's come. He's come from, you know, making content, being a player, to actually being on television, creating even more
living
content,
up to his name,
and living up to the Hollywood RobTV name. So I know you guys are tired of hearing it from me.
We actually have an interview with RobTV to get more of his thoughts.
You can see my resume, when you really think about it, is way better than Daigo's. Anyway, that's the video for today. Make sure you guys hit the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I've been your boy Hollywood RobTV. I'll see you next time. All right, you guys ready to start this thing? So season 3 of Street Fighter League I think the talent pool is actually increased outside of missing Big Hollywood. But generally speaking, you gotta love the international competition. I would say that Team Dynamite is probably my favorite. I think that's probably the #1 team. They have the NuckleDu kid. They have Problem X. They have Smug. Smug brings entertainment value and everything. You know, Big Hollywood always a support in that. I think that team is probably the best. Okay, so I hear that my opponents today, his name is Xian. I never heard of this guy, but hold on. That's my assistant. Julia, have you heard of a Xian? Can you look him up? Is he a fan? Can you look? Send him a RobTV sticker. I'm gonna sign it for him. All right. He has after this interview's done, I'm gonna sign a sticker. I'll have it sent his way. I think he's a fan or something.
We weren't kidding when we said RobTV really lives up to his name. A more impressive resume than Daigo? That's...
And in all honesty, if you think about it, if you compare Street Fighter League records, he definitely has a better record than Daigo. I'm just here to tell you the numbers.
Daigo hasn't
even... I mean, I'm just saying.
He hasn't made it to the grand final.
Whose fault is that? It's not Street Fighter League's fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Daigo, you already know I'm a big fan, but RobTV's got your beat on the Street Fighter League record. Anyway, when it comes to RobTV, I'm a huge fan. I'm also a huge fan of Xian, and I've always been. And it's because they represent that newer side of Street Fighter V. And I'm all about building new generational players. And we're gonna get a chance to see these guys play in a best of 7, first of 4 coming up right now, and we're about to get started. It's gonna be RobTV versus Xian.
So what is this?
I like this.
The $3 shape up, going up with Lucia and RobTV with the Chun-Li pick.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I think a RobTV Chun-Li is broken.
I think it's very good.
I think it's very good. Broken right now.
His footsie game, his neutral, immaculate. He's one of the best. You can't beat him on the ground. He says it all the time.
His characters very much play to his play style. Like, even if he goes to Guile, I feel like it fits him so well to play these kinds of characters.
Is it weird that I haven't seen this outfit on Chun-Li?
I was actually about to say the exact same thing. All right, here we go. Damn, she's got a lot of outfits.
I know.
I get some more.
She has more. I feel like she has more than the entire roster. Like the most out of the entire roster.
I think she has more outfits than characters in the game. I'm pretty sure.
Right. You might be right.
Okay, just the crouching forward. The legs on top of it, no EX.
Man, did you see the discipline right off the bat? Xian saw that RobTV was baiting out anything, any sort of movement. But still, look at the lockdown and the side switch. That's so cheap.
Puts himself in the corner there. Good button right there from Xian. Nice anti-air. What was the light kick DP right there? Okay,
activation route for free. And I like it. V-trigger 1 usage. It sets up for a lot of mix-up as well.
Okay, knockdown with the EX legs, dash up to keep the pressure. Here's Hollywood RobTV back throw.
Yes, sir. You already know. He was just in that right range to get at least a frame trap or a throw that could have led to Xian's death either way. Very, very smart so far from RobTV. And I want to know what he's saying. Even Xian put up the finger. He's like, shh, it's not over yet. It's just starting.
Good neutral pressure here from Xian.
Oh, he just threw it out.
I think his Lucia would actually be nice as well. I'm a firm believer that, like, as a player in Street Fighter, you always want to try out new characters because it definitely might fit your style a little more.
Oh,
I can't
what
say
a
Lucia
buffer.
would do that for, Xian, but I feel like Chun-Li would do that for RobTV.
On top of that, I think Lucia on paper is still a very, very solid character.
Oh,
She's got the toolkit, but I feel like some of her normals are just a little bit shorter than where it should be.
Personally, I think her normal is fine. I think it's just the way the character is played. She has a lot of hits done because she can convert a lot, especially depending on the trigger that you have. I think it's more of her damage that really is the problem. You have to cash out so much to get that damage. Speaking of cashing out, CA to close out. Okay, all right. All right.
Solid stuff from RobTV, that transition from his other characters, Karen, Guile, into Chun-Li. Season 5, Chun-Li at that, looking very promising.
Going right back to what I was saying, man, Lucia, I feel like she doesn't do enough damage in some instances, and I feel like her resources, she has to spend so many resources to get damage outside of that. So I think that's really the problem that she would have, and I think Xian could work around that, but like he's an Ibuki player too, so like he's used to being able to like, look, I can take off a chunk of damage, reset you, and then do it this way. Whereas like Lucia doesn't really play that way. It's more about me personally, I think it's more about mid combo resets and resetting them to make sure sure that they're paying attention.
I think you're right too. When we're talking about some of the conversions that Lucia can get off of her normals, it doesn't lead to too much damage. It does lead to like a knockdown too, but I feel like the damage output needs to just be a little bit higher on Lucia. One of the main things that I do like about that character is that her fierce is great, her stand strong is great. And one of the problems I do have is that when you try to approach the low game to kind of check movement, it's kind of difficult. It is just slightly difficult to confirm off of a low forward into the Gunsmoke run into the up kicks. Right? It's very hard to practice that consistently just because of how short the window is, and it's very space dependent. It's very range dependent.
That's definitely true. Her fireball definitely kind of mitigates that just a little bit, just for controlling of the neutral, and I really think that's why they do that, right? Like, you touch that character because she has pretty good neutral control, but if her normals were stronger, she'd be so good. All right, knockdown in the corner. RobTV in full control for most of this set right now. Okay, activate.
Luckily that hit. He was going to go into that regardless because he had V-trigger, right?
And look at this. Spent that meter, has trigger activation, and didn't really get too much off of that life bar. Life lead still in favor, but only slightly of RobTV. And that's, oh gosh, that button. The trigger too.
That was so good. Man, he risked it all. Off the uppercut, interrupting RobTV. Is he going to close it out, but stands strong again. Can't really get much off of that from that range.
Cross jab just to check. There's that low forward you were talking about. Goes right into that Tatsu just to keep him honest. Not going to find the hit. I like that. Using that powered up Tatsu kick. Oh, that's so good. Locking them down, keeping them honest, and controlling the neutral. That's what I mean. I personally think her neutral control is not that bad. If you add in the fireball, you add in the fact that she does have like those heavy hitting big buttons with, roundhouse, and then she still has this fireball that she can EX and power it up. I think her neutral control is fine. It's just more about the damage that she can put on the board. Okay.
Big fierce off of that throw too to set him up so well. EX spinning bird kick, get off. He's trying to reset it, ran into low forward. And again, look at all the meter she has to use for the damage and the stun. RobTV in danger and is actually gonna be dead.
Big damage here. I'm gonna tell you right now, Lucia's combos, the way they look, are sick to me.
Very, very cool.
I love
It's
her
very
combos.
Street Brawler-esque, and that's exactly what I want in a Street Fighter character. I want them to go all out in terms of their animation.
And her theme actually hits, so that theme is actually powerful.
I respect it, Just her moves are really, really cool. I like her spin kick. I like her fireball. Like, there's 3 different trajectories you could have it at, and that's really sick. Her uppercuts are dope. I mean, it's like a Tatsu, but in the air.
Right.
It's very Final Fight. It's Guy.
I was about to say, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's meant to take out street thugs, like you gotta. Luckily, the move list is expanded for Street Fighter 5, because otherwise, man, Lucia would be in trouble, bro.
Yeah, and she's hustling too. She's running out there, the command run into whatever she wants or whatever ender she has. That's pretty cool. Again, you do the crime, you do the time.
That accent, though.
You gotta remember, do
that
the
accent, though.
Get a cup of coffee too.
I'll show you.
Coffee. Round 1. I like RobTV using this Chun-Li, though. Pressure on this move right
You
now.
did that all by yourself with your mouth? How'd you get the beat?
With one mouth? That's crazy. The heavy buttons, and look at this. Rob's so confident in his ground game.
Yeah,
That's
fierce
serious.
just goes a long
Look
way.
at that,
Like,
and then the stun. Let me get some meter on top of it. Big damage hit from RobTV.
Oh,
Drops
no,
the combo.
the drop.
Activate coming up. No, back throw with the reset, and that's exactly what I was talking about.
What is that?
Side
That
switch.
anti-air is the stand strong from that deep?
That hitbox is a little crazy, and still got the side switch on top of it. Activate, small delay, back throw once again. EX and a V reversal. Smart call from RobTV. That forward or back medium punch just to close out. I love the reach on it. And I was talking about this with Sajam a while ago. We were talking about me and his offensive differences, where with Chun-Li, you can do back or forward medium punch. I say forward, he says back. He's like, I'm more of a defensive player, and you're more of an offensive player. That makes so much sense.
I like using it when, like, with back medium punch because you're still maintaining a charge with at least the fireball just in case you need it. I mean, it's still pretty good. Going forward as well, because you're still covering that space too. It's like you're advancing forward, you don't know what she's gonna do, and then boom, hit you in the face. If that's counter hit, you're converting into EX legs, whatever.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Big back roundhouse is good anti-air.
No confirm right there. Whole big swing and a miss. What a button, raw C8. The Good damage right there. Had to spend all the resources. Still has trigger on deck though. Runs
Checking
into the
him with the
fireball.
fireball. And that's the problem, right? When you start up the fireball, you can either get lobbed, go straight over, or directly hit the ground. It's kind of hard to tell. I like Xian calling RobTV out. He's like, you're not going to dash up for free. Oh, boy.
And now look at that. Using that projectile now to make RobTV freeze up and then go for the jump. The mix-ups are starting to come out. Stuff like that is where Lucia, she excels right here in this situation. You have to be careful for jumping. She still has meter. That fireball can keep you there. A little backing up.
I like that. I like that a lot. The jump timing there from Xian. Predicting RobTV's fierce.
That took off a nice chunk of damage, and the conversion was nice. Great Oki off of it, too. No trigger available for either one. Xian in a good position. One game apiece here. Final round, game number 3. Wow, nice.
Fireball lockdown game is ridiculous from Lucia. I like that a lot. Doing the pressure, just about at the right range, throwing out that fireball. RobTV is just one touch away from defeat.
Oh, what a walk up. Double dash back throw. Puts him out of the corner, though. I don't know if RobTV wanted that. Xian taking a little room from the screen right now. Just fighting in the middle. Activate. Oh, so
the timing on the EXSPK.
Get off of me. Oh, tries to go for the raw legs. Another break. These guys are scrambling.
Oh, no, press a button.
And that's what you were talking about, lobbing that projectile to keep
The
him
slide.
honest. And the slide. Wow, yo, that was a really good match.
Even on block, I feel like he was at the right range to still be at least neutral or like plus slightly, very, very slightly. It looked like a very, very meaty slide to me.
That back and forth at that range was really good, especially considering they were still confident enough to walk up and try to throw each other. And that's what I was really talking about with Lucia. You get the game plan going, and no one's gonna move in that neutral game because they don't know which fireball you're doing. You can hard call out the ground fireball, and if you're close enough, the one that goes out a little further. But if they do the up arc fireball,
you're stuck.
You're stuck. So it's like her control of that neutral is so good. And to that, I harken back to, Ibuki throwing kunai and just being able to cover that distance a lot faster than most with dash. And then you see Xian actually using the dash empty just to get in close. RobTV still at the ready, breaks the throw, but the fact of the matter is the thought process is there now. Now the range of control that Lucia has is more effective. Now it's gonna be like, well, I can't really jump. I gotta be careful of the slide. And they have the projectile. What do I do about this? Chun-Li's fireball does not go full screen.
No, and it's something that was rarely used by RobTV in general. These last couple of games, we haven't seen it as a tool in neutral to kind of establish her ground game, because most of the time RobTV is like, all right, if you're looking for this, I'm gonna walk forward and use my fierce as my fireball instead. And I think Xian is really taking notice of that. There was that last game where he decided to take a risk on the jump, and it actually stuffed RobTV all the way down because he whiffed the fierce, and the recovery on it is pretty hefty. So both players making the right reads here, or at least the right adjustments, I should say. RobTV out of the corner, Xian out of the corner, RobTV committing to that normal. That's so much recovery on it.
Gets out that was a missed air legs right there. Back to the corner we go. RobTV in control. Game number 4 underway. Activate. Back dash this time around. RobTV on the defense. I wonder how many techs we've seen in this match so far, in this set so far. Anti-air. Oh, wow.
Another one.
Wow.
Nice.
RobTV getting a read on what Xian's trying to accomplish and legit gets consecutive counter hits. I like the series in the corner. Xian on notice. He is up in the set 2-1 though.
And see that RobTV is not even trying to throw out these fireballs. Immediately walking Xian down.
The reactions, Hollywood. Spins the CA earlier. I like the cash out too, and that's because now you can get all of these resources. No meter, no trigger on top of it. There's that usage of that run again. The EX just to get in a little closer.
Look at the spacing right now, just right outside that fierce range, making sure that Xian is contained in this corner. And Xian is fighting his way out, using the crouch strong, buffered with the run just in case it hits. Not too big of a risk. Oh no, committed to the tackle.
Backing up from the corner, giving a little room. Activate, actually finds his mark this time around. Full conversion. I like that knockdown option. The Oki is good.
Yeah, was forced to take that option considering Chun-Li was crouching down. Does get the uppercut. Dang, the run into the V skill. Oh
Wow,
my
the
God, that was
back
just
throw.
enough damage.
Wow, the cash out on all that meter. RobTV was definitely in danger. Xian called him out too. He's like, oh, you used all your meter early? Looks like you're not gonna be able to wake up, do EX spinning bird kick. I can just go in now. And look at that. That fireball set up that close medium punch setup. That was so good. Getting closer to that range. Oh, the
you
whip
see
punish.
that?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
my.
yo, Xian. Hold this. You gotta hold that. Gets the counter hit on
The
top of it.
conversion off of that counter hit is so difficult. He tried to go for the overhead on the stun. RobTV fighting back. EX SBK has the full V-trigger sequence. Try to get a throw bait there with that roundhouse and whiff, but it's still fine. EX legs for the knockdown again. The throw.
And the stun. This should be it. Oh no, it might leave a little more. No.
Oh, he's got more than enough. More than enough, baby.
Cash out that meter. That's going to tie up the set 2-2. We're going to game number 5. Yo, this set has been ridiculous.
Hollywood, RobTV, tying it up against Xian. That was an impressive bout. That one comeback, the one EXSBK, going all in with that V-trigger too. The amount of pressure that RobTV presents, it's so hard to even consider what he's gonna do on offense. It could either be a throw, it could be a throw bait. He's done that numerous times. He's tested you so many times by walking back and forth, even doing a delayed button, or at least a roundhouse, which has like significant startup on it. If you press a delayed tech, you're gonna get clipped with that crush counter.
Change
It hurts.
everywhere.
It hurts.
Yeah, you have to be very aware of what you're going for, especially in that up close range. And they look so comfortable fighting up close right there with these two characters, and I'm just terrified. I'm like, bro, I can't believe you guys are swinging all crazy like this. The meter usage from RobTV is another thing that I would like to point out. It didn't work too much for him in that last round that he lost versus Xian, but everything else I felt like has been really good. Being able to have that EX XBK on deck, especially to stop the fireball pressure and make Xian second guess some of that wake up pressure that he's trying to employ on RobTV. But here we go, game number 5 in this first of 4 bout, best of 7.
Dang, Xian is up there in the top 50 with the Warlord status. Okay, big conversion from RobTV. Oh, like we mentioned earlier, before the match even started, the roundhouse crush counter, catching the delayed tech.
Ow. There's that 4 medium punch again.
And I like that, him not immediately going in EX legs even after the counter hit. He wants to save that meter for defense.
Activate.
That's what I'm talking about. Perfect time for
I was about to say,
that
man,
meter.
you called it.
Ooh, that was 4 strong. That was 4.
I told you, man.
It wasn't back. It wasn't back.
It was definitely
4
not
strong.
bad.
He's playing
Man,
offense.
he's switching back and forth between them too. But like you said, being able to have that charge with Chun-Li is powerful. You need that.
It's funny, we haven't even seen a fireball coming out from Chun-Li at all, I feel like. Maybe like once or twice, but
Maybe
not
that
too
first
often.
game. That first game, I believe so, but good buttons.
Big, man, that roundhouse is cheap.
Stun. Oh, you're done.
You're actually
no?
dead. You're actually
Yeah,
dead.
you're
He has
dead.
full
Big
critical
game.
up. 100% he's dead. 2 straight rounds from Robert Television. Oh, Roberto Television.
Yo, Rob.
He's trying to stay for the long haul. He's trying to keep you seated there. He's like, yo, stay online, Xian. Let me download you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you why I was the right-hand man of
I
Captain
was number
NuckleDu.
2. Check my receipts. I have more wins than you on the league, bro. You know, Xian like, man, I don't even care, man.
Yeah. So what are you talking about? I'm using Lucia.
That don't mean you good.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
If you
That's what I'm talking about.
Look at Xian.
Let's go.
He did the chin stroke. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of playing. I'm tired of playing.
That was my number 3 character. Now you get number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. I'll show you a number 2.
Yo, look at the costume switch
Shadow
up
Lady?
for RobTV. Man, why is there not a Shadow Lady? She got all these outfits and no Shadow Lady
Bro,
outfit?
she has air legs that has missiles that come out of her back.
I
okay?
want that.
I don't want that.
I
No.
want that.
You want to play against that?
No, I said I wanted. I didn't want to play against
okay.
it. Come on now. And look at
big
RobTV
punish.
going right back to the offense.
Yes, I like that. Building meter and one of the Fujin stores now has all 3. Can lead to giant damage if she gets the right sequence, right? Big changes in Jury in Season 5 is that her damage output is considerably more, but it's still situational.
Yeah, you got to get those stocks, man, so you can get more damage on them. Good pressure in this corner.
A lot of trouble so far. And Xian is just holding on to that meter. He doesn't want to spend it, but it might be too late. Already getting the first round of the last possible game. RobTV is on match point.
Dog, he's used 1 bar and is right at 2 bars of EX once again. Set point for RobTV.
He's so effective and he's so efficient. This guy's a monster. He didn't get quite the charge on that. He just kind of buffered a little bit. Not buffered. He tried to bait a little bit. There's another fireball. You know he's fishing low forward.
That was so far away. This range that they're playing at is so fast.
Get off me. Doesn't even want to let Xian get started. Big punish. No, it was too far. He tried to get the stand medium punch, but it's a little stubby.
Big jump in. CA coming up on deck there. RobTV's going to be able to close out. If he gets a hit right now, this is game
+2 scenario. Back throw. You had to take the throw.
Still dangerous situation. RobTV is a hit away if he gets this confirmed from closing out versus Xian.
He can't throw a fireball. Oh, the bait caught him with the low full sequence.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I can't believe he dashed in right there.
That was kind of tricky.
No, it is.
The focus attack, or excuse me, the focus attack, the V skill, because it's like a focus attack. She charges it, she gets either the follow-up or she dashes out of it to kind of cancel. It's almost like a focus attack.
No, it is. And on top of that, it gives her, since it's V skill 1, it definitely gives her the ability to go through projectiles if called out properly. So
there it is. It's just about to hit. Nice.
Crosses up, obviously, as you can see. So that's another thing about Jury's gameplay. You don't want her to get the charge.
That still hit. That was further than I thought.
Oh my God. The back throw and the perfect. I know Xian like, yo, you did this. You did this.
I can't believe. So that's the thing. I feel like there's certain inconsistencies with Jury in terms of range. That stand medium punch actually hit for the target combo.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's very difficult.
That is super hard. But like you said, this is the number 2.
Man, that was a pretty solid set.
Yo, Jury. Yo, Xian, I see you.
I'm telling you, Jury's mad good. Oh, let me take it back. Let me dial it back. She needs more buffs. She's pretty good.
More buffs, man.
She's
bro.
pretty good.
You just said she was good. Now she needs more buffs. What is it, Vicious?
Both.
Both? Oh, bro, now you're just being greedy.
I
was willing to listen at first.
Some characters get both.
I was willing
to listen. You know that.
I know that, but now you're just trying to join the cheaters, Jeremy, and I thought you were better than that. I thought you were better than that.
Gotta play to win, Steve.
Oh.
Here we go. Now it's actually down to the final game. Xian versus RobTV. Down to the Jury, by the way.
Oh,
does have the V skill stored up. Charged it long enough.
I'm glad you said that. He is definitely using V skill 1 like a focus, which is very interesting and also for the character design, considering that's where Jury was introduced. So her still kind of having that focus cancel feel is amazing. Oh man, here we go. Double dash up. Her walk speed is such a problem. One of the reasons her throws are so effective, there's another crush. Another reason that up close game is so effective.
Man, he knew when that function was gonna run out. Oh, just neutral jump.
Oh, look at the damage right there. Jury,
he wasn't even done yet.
Set point. Definitely was not done
Not
yet.
even close to done yet.
But this Jury outfit is actually pretty sick.
Cyber Jury?
Cyber Jury. I just like having a reason to do the robot voice, that's all. And medium kick. Oh my God. If that would have connected, I would have lost it. Luckily, you got lucky with the forced crouch. Caught your crouch, excuse me.
Oh, if anything, it's more dangerous this season because if she were closer, she'd get the target combo.
Yeah, she'd get the full target combo.
Doesn't even have to be countered anymore.
But you can't get it on crouching though, right?
You can.
You can? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know a forced stand. Oh, that in and out. Wait a minute.
Kick.
Activate. I love
See that? Just right there. On crouching. On crouching.
Oh my God.
Close to getting that critical art.
RobTV is in trouble right now. Full resources. Short in the empty jump. Xian brings it back. $3 shape up or not. RobTV goes down. Xian gets the W. What a set. Full count.
Bro.
4-3.
Imagine the trash talk that's going on too. Is like, yo, you forced me to use my second and you still lost? What have you been doing? To be fair though, Rob was using Chun-Li the entire time. That's also a third character character of his. So
No, that's definitely true. I mean, there's a lot up for debate right there, but you know the smack talk is still happening as we speak. As
still
you hear
lost.
this, there's smack talk that's happening right now, and definitely there was a loser, and it was RobTV. I believe we have words from Xian. Let's hear what he has to say.
It was really close. It went down to the wire. I had to, I tried to play Lucia at first because I'm honestly not very comfortable at all. Number one, fighting Chun-Li with a Buki because I think it's a bad matchup, and number two, fighting Rob's Chun with a Buki because the way he plays it is super obnoxious. So I wanted to try Lucia, and it worked out for a little bit, but I had to switch to Juri. I think Juri fights Chun-Li pretty well, so that was like I kind of had to switch the crisp Juri. I had to bring out the season 1 MVP Juri. And it worked out. I'm pretty comfortable with Juri versus Chun. I can control neutral a lot better than I can with my other two characters, so I think I might be a Juri main from now on.
RobTV goes down to Xian. Xian being able to unleash the jury, the cyber jury at that. Oh man, I'm definitely a fan.
we were literally just talking about this not too long ago. I think Juri, the way that Xian uses Juri is very, very unpredictable. One of the key notes that we talked about during the match itself was when you charge that V skill, she has a certain amount of time where she actually needs to store it. Like she'll be in that pose, and after a couple amount of seconds, then she'll have access to it. But Xian uses it as a bait. He's getting the opponent comfortable to be like, all right, I'll let you close the gap on me, but what if I decide to cancel it by dashing forward? Her movement is actually ridiculous. Her walk speed is great. Her speed is up there, above average. Her dash speed actually covers a decent amount of ground. I'm just saying she's a very, very competent character in this season as well, because the potential for damage on top of that has been upped severely.
All you have to do is look at the conversions that Xian was doing right here in these sets. Like it was so good the way, and on top of that, that was at the end of, that was after the Lucia, which was also looking very, very crisp on the side of Xian. I mean, personally, like we said before, Xian is definitely one of the best players in the United States, and he hadn't even pulled out his business character yet. That's how you know he's nice. He ain't even popped the briefcase yet. He ain't even
Listen, I will be in the defense of RobTV, lawyer mode. He didn't use his other two characters either.
That's true.
No Karen, no Guile.
And to be fair, that was my first time seeing him use Chun-Li, and it be that nice. I'm gonna just be real. RobTV.
That's so dangerous, right? You have the young buck RobTV already having 3 solid characters that are pretty decent against the rest of the cast. You have Guile, Karen, and Chun-Li now. I'm actually terrified to see what RobTV is gonna do in the next season.
Well, look, regardless of the matter, it did not stop Xian from getting the W